Hey, good morning. Sorry for the delay. Konnichiwa, bitches. Anyway, thought I'd say hello, see what's going on, see how you are, talk about life, have a nice beverage, nice caffeinated beverage. David Skinner, thank you so much. Appreciate you being here. There's my buddy George. How are you? Dean is not here. We're on a sabbatical from Dean. Go ask Dean. He's be happy to tell you. Thank you, Global Greg. Yeah, today is her birthday, 36 years old. I ain't like them apples. I don't think she looks too bad for 36. Doesn't look a day over 35. Hey, Robert, what's going on, man? James, welcome aboard. Good evening. I know, you're here. Glad to hear it, man. Hurricanes and what do you call it? Forest fires and all that other happy stuff. Heat waves. Good Lord. SSM. Are we talking in code now? Good morning, my brother. Shout out to you from Baby May. She's having a hard time with her Gmail from her phone. She wanted to send you a thank you. And so while we're on that subject, shout out to China Dave from Baby May, to Stacy Clifton, Faiz Sheik, I think I'm saying that right, and Brendan Moore. So she just wants to send you some love and appreciation, and we'll try to get her email figured out. Something went wrong from her phone, so what else is new? Ottawa, Canada. How is the old dog? The old dog's awesome. We've had a long week, a good week, fun week. What did we do? Boy, we went to the Henry Resort for a couple of days, little pre-celebration for May. She had all three of her sisters together for the first time in 5 years. So that was awesome. Got some nice pictures there. And we did an impromptu vlog from there with her friend Abby, who she invited over, her best friend Abby. Abby is actually the woman that introduced May and I. They were friends in massage school and did some catering stuff together, I believe. And Abby was on my channel. I don't know if you guys saw the video. It didn't get that many views, 10,000 or something like that. But Abby, hopefully, you never know. She had mentioned on the channel that she was going to go to work overseas to make more money as a bookkeeper. And right after the show, or the video rather, I was contacted by a gentleman who said he would find work for her here to work from home at the same rate of pay. So far, we're just having a conversation. So I put her in touch with him, and we'll see how that goes. So that would be awesome, because I always get concerned about people going overseas, especially Middle East. But anyone going overseas, I worry about their safety. So hopefully this guy's the real deal, and we'll see what happens. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. So she wants to go to Apple Island today. We went on a okai bender yesterday, and she's currently putting together a TikTok montage, if you will, for her channel. And so we'll see how that goes. I have more fun working with May on her channel than I do anything on my channel, which is why I probably haven't done any videos for a while. Good morning, Fred. How are you, boss? Mike in the Philippines. Hi, George and Robert. First to say Dean, yeah. It's going to haunt me forever. was in Dumageddon 17 years ago. Wow. I'll bet you I would love to have been here 17 years ago and just, walked around for a week. I know, guys. I knew a man named Ron who lived here that long, and he's since passed away. And boy, did he have stories. Let's see. You know something about Dean? He should really focus on Nicaragua. I would love to hear about golf, fishing, cigars. One more thing. Nothing is more boring than someone else's sex life. Though I don't want to be. Can't wait to get out. I'm trying to do better on my comments. Will you have a bikini contest soon? Will you be the judge? You never know what May's got cooking. She loves her bikinis. So we'll see what happens. Good morning. Yeah, I did shave. You know why? I shaved for May because we were going out to celebrate her birthday. She does not like the facial hair. And so that was my little, be a nice boyfriend thing. Good morning. Mr. Ron is in the house. Hey, C. Hi, I love your stories, Paul, especially your first day in the Philippines. It cracked me up. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about my 24 hours in Cebu. Yeah, I have certain favorite videos, and that's one of them. And you can't make this shit up. I'm telling you. Truth. Been watching a lot of videos myself personally about that topic, truth, and being honest with yourself and being honest with other people. And I'm going to make a video, I think, something along those lines. 36 and holding. That's right, Jim. Thank you very much, buddy. Yeah, come on. The like button is free this week only. Last week, we were running 50% off on my like button. But this week, it's totally free. I tell you guys about the old 100-year-old man that wouldn't subscribe to my channel because he couldn't afford it. I think I did. I don't want to repeat myself. Rockford and Eloise is in the house. I say, good. I'm glad to hear the weather's getting better. Oh, man, Dean lived in Hershey. There was a joke there, but we got to keep it PG. Yeah, there is a joke there. All right, man. That's better, right? In person is always better. But we'll still send it. Once we get it lined up, we're going to formally say thank you. Fisher Lord, thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate that. Let's see. Pure Alpha. I'm a half hour from Hershey. My son works there. I like this. Everybody's kind of saying hi to each other. Everybody's friends. Thank you very much. I'm letting her sleep in today. She's still in bed, snoring away, snoozing away. Sometimes I wake up grumpy, and other times I just let her sleep in. Remember that old joke? Super sticker. Thank you, James. Let's see. Edward O'Lee, I can believe OSU is joining the party, making their own fans be vaccinated if they want to watch a damn football game with a vaccination. Thumbs up, everybody. That's all we ask for here on the Doggy channel is a thumbs up. We're doing good, Randy. Thank you so much. We're going to, May keeps changing her mind as to what she wants to do today. I think she wants to go to Apple Island. And she's got some sort of new fascination with jet skis. How people get bored out here, I don't know. Sweetest place on earth. Pure Alpha Life is missing Pennsylvania corn. It's in season. I have family in Hershey. I wonder if they didn't give a story behind the story. Yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Good morning, Jonathan. Hey, there's my buddy. We got to get together, man. From the UK. All right. Hey, thanks for coming along, man. There's Lost Boy doing these one word at a time comments. Good morning. Thank you, Lost Boy. Good morning to you, too. All the girls and I would like to wish Baby May a happy birthday, or Felice. I don't know how to say that. Thank you very much, Dean. There's another guy moving out to, I think he's a month away from going to Nicaragua. Considering the 3-year exit requirement, will you now consider a long-term visa, SSRV, or marriage? That's a great question, man. I would not consider an SSRV due to the funds that are necessary. I would not get married for a visa. I would get married because I wanted to get married, and you know, I would get married for the sake of getting married. The 13A visa would be a benefit that would come along with that. And my feet are not set in cement here in the Philippines. So May and I have discussed living somewhere outside of the Philippines. There's an interesting dynamic out here that 5 years is about the breaking point, if you want to call it that, of people leaving the Philippines for other lands or going home. Sometimes it has a way of wearing on you. I'm not really at that point. I like it out here, but I get bored of not being able, I don't get bored's the wrong word. I get frustrated that I can't travel, just like you guys. But you guys have more freedom as far as like in the United States. You can go from New York to Miami, I'm assuming. And here you can travel to Cebu or wherever, but what a cluster. And it doesn't go easy. So who does your thumbnails? They're usually really great, very creative. You would laugh out loud if you saw who did the thumbnails. It's me. And it takes about 10 minutes for me to get a thumbnail done for both channels, for my channel and for May's. So I'm the photographer on that. And usually, I guess I'm the creative influence on the thumbnail. And if it's, May's going to be in it, I have a vision in my head that pops in. And I always want the thumbnail to reflect the video, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? And I've watched guys do, there's a word called clickbait. And usually that's associated with a pretty girl or a sexy girl. And they call that clickbait. I don't call that clickbait. If it relates to the video. So for example, the most popular video I've done in the last 2 months has been the house tour here. It's gotten over 200,000 views. And it was a picture of Baby May on a motorbike wearing a pair of shorts in front of the house. So you could argue that Baby May being in a pair of shorts is clickbait. But when we did the video, she was in the video wearing the same outfit walking around the house. So I felt that the thumbnail was perfectly reflective of the video itself. What I consider to be clickbait is a misleading title or a misleading picture. So there's videos that will have some super sexy, big buxom girl on the cover, and it says something like, she wanted how much from me, or something to that effect. And then you open up the video and it has neither the girl nor the topic covered. So that was what I think is clickbait. But you would laugh if you saw how fast we do videos and how fast I do a video. They're not scripted. They're usually just random sort of train of thought videos. I couldn't do a scripted video if you paid me. I could never be an actor. I could never learn lines and it just has to be impromptu. And the thumbnails are the same way. It's like, okay, I got this idea and let's make it happen. The biggest challenge for me is the background. I like a plain background so I can write. And if there's too much busyness in the background, it affects my idea. Let's see. Oh, I got the stick. I just hate people being forced is all. Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't think anybody should be forced to take anything. I have a whole train of thought about this whole big picture thing going way beyond the vaccine. And I'm having fits getting my other channel to come up. Something about verifying my phone number, if you can believe that. I'm sure you can. They did not get the metal detector, buddy. And I did not change my mind. It's just been busy. And then a couple of times when we were going to head out, it rained. So probably, what's today, Thursday? Probably within the next 3 days, I will go over there. I got to find the place. I know you gave me a general ID and I can Google map it, but I've got to get over there and get that thing. Let's see, Pure Alpha Life. The camera you use doesn't do justice to ladies on your channel. Please upgrade. Okay, well, there's a little constructive criticism for Dean. Hey, good morning, buddy. The Chicago Aquarium had an Apple Island exhibit. Oh, I want to go there too. Okay, I've been there twice now. And May wants to go to, what else? Take pictures. She just wants to have a new place to pose. And, my argument on that is the boat ride over there is a mother. And depends on the weather. And then she thought she could get on a jet ski over there. And I had to explain to her, no, that's a resort that's got jet skis. So I think we're going to shine on Apple Island, but we're going to do something else. Or we'll go to Apple if it comes to that. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for coming along. Yes, I do. Thank you very much, Drew. She's still in the sack, but I'll be sure to pass forward all your greetings. Natives like fish, I don't believe. I don't think they do either. I've asked. I've done my own little unscientific poll, and I've asked women, do you like guys with mustaches and beards and all that? And so far, I'd say 99% of them have said, no, don't like it. Not to get political, but you should teach some people about being truthful. Teach. I wouldn't consider myself a teacher. The way that I try to express myself is my own life, and then let them draw their own conclusions from it. But I don't believe in lying. It is the bane of my existence when I'm lied to. And if you've ever told a lie, you have to, something I learned a long time ago, is you have to tell 10 more to back it up, and then you back yourself into a corner. And, it's just a lot of work. And the truth will set you free. So if I'm going to say something, I'll say it. Do I make mistakes? Do I forget timelines? Do I leave stuff out? Yeah, but that's not intentional. Usually when I'm reflecting back, like I talked about a weekend in Angela City. And after I did the video, I thought, oh man, I forgot to tell them about this and I forgot to mention that. But that just goes with the territory. Let's see, Saturday 60, I will be using a GoPro Hero 8 now to give you better quality videos that you love so much. Oh, Dean, you're such a promoter. There is no charge today. That's right. That's right. Last week it was 50% off, but today is free. At Burness Nunnery. I don't know what that is. Alpha Life, my friend. I bought an island there in Nicaragua. That would be an upgrade. And you're from Rockford, Illinois. Well, welcome aboard, Scott. Let's see here. Hi, Renee. Hi, Mark. He wants to know how the rotation is treating you. Thinking about visiting the beautiful country of Nicaragua. There's been, I think, 3 guys have gotten there. I don't know if Ed's still there or not. I haven't heard from him for a while. Hello from Nashville. Thank you very much for joining. We are doing awesome. Ken, no way. No. If you guys know Stash Wagner, the musician that's been on my channel a few times, his wife messaged me yesterday or the day before and wanted to that exact same question. How can somebody get in? They have a friend, someone I don't know, that had a stroke and has been in the hospital for 11 days. One of their family members wants to fly out here to take care of this gentleman and to help and be with him. And, this is a major medical crisis this man's experiencing. And one of his family members, I don't pretend to know who, wants to come out here. And the only thing I told him to do was have the family member contact the Department of Immigration out here, which is always my advice. Even though I try not to give advice, my advice is go to the source. And so the Department of Immigration and possibly contact somebody at the U.S. Embassy, see if there's some kind of special exemption for that type of, let me fix this, for that type of situation. Yeah, Phil Upton. Hey, Paul, watching for a while during my lunch break here in Connecticut. Hey, cool. Enjoy your lunch. The girls are treating me great. Make sure not to miss any episodes. Okay, Dean. I feel like I'm a commercial for Dean's channel. You being an American, Biden is the president of the United States. Do you think he is aware? I don't go political here on this channel. So I respect the office of the presidency. I think that I'm a results-orientated person. I always have been. I try to look past the personalities. I try to look past the quirks, if you will. There are certain lines that I don't think should be crossed. Example, Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky, there was a line that should not have been crossed. Lying directly to the American people. I'm referring to Clinton when he went on TV and said, I did not have sex with that woman. That was a line that was crossed. Caused me to lose respect there. But I'm results orientated, period. So what kind of condition is the country in right now is what I look at, not the person. Let's see, I'd love to know all about golf. Yeah, well, there is another channel someone told me about. God dang it. And I didn't write it down. I have to apologize. I get a lot of messages. But you might want to just, Ed, you might want to just, even though Dean's great, we all love Dean, There are some channels out there that are a little more focused on simply, and I haven't watched them, but I've been told about them, that are more focused on, walking around town, reviewing restaurants, talking about the weather, the government, and all that kind of stuff. There's more than one channel is what I'm saying. Everything okay with Riza? I haven't seen we have a video from Riza when she came to the Henry with us. Everything is okay with her. She is, I don't know. I didn't get a chance to talk to her. She got here late as usual for May's little celebration, and then she left a couple hours later. I never had a conversation with her because May had all of her sisters together. So they, for the first time in 5 years, so they were bonding. And she had Abby, her best friend, and a couple other little relatives were here. So Riza did a video of the Henry, and I'm supposed to upload it, but I was going to do it last night, but there's no thumbnail. So I guess, I don't like to half-ass the videos, so I'll have to create a thumbnail for her, and I'll get that up. I'll probably launch it tonight. May asked me to do it for her yesterday, and we had been out all day yesterday. You know what I got May yesterday? I got her a manicure and a pedicure, and we've been together 2.5 years, and I don't know if this is a true statement or not, but I'm pretty sure that that's like the second time she's gotten a manicure pedicure, and she fought me on it because she doesn't like to, she stays very tightly knitted to her roots. And she says, I do my own dishes. I do my own laundry. I don't have a yaya. I don't have a helper. I dig in the garden. It's a waste of money if I do the manicure. And I said, I still want you to do it because I want you to have pretty nails for your birthday. Do a girly thing. And so, but she made me shop around for the price. I took her to a proper spa, and we went in, and she jabbered at him for a few minutes and said, no. It was too much money. She goes, we're going to the public market. So we went to the public market with the flies and the sweat and the beggars, and that's where she got her manicure because it was half price. Woodlands, Texas. Welcome, brother. I tried to explain to these girls it might be 5 or 10 years before the virus is over. They just don't seem to understand. What girls? Hi, Paul. My escape date is April. Looks like I'm going to have to learn Spanish. So sad. Yeah, it's like the holding pattern, right? It's taking a long ass time. Good morning, James. Let's see. I heard here's K9. Hey, what's up, brother? I heard they now have online marriages from Utah to any other country, and they are legal. Yeah, I did a small video with my friend Gary and his wife. They got married online from here, and it cost $1,325. And then somebody commented or wrote to me, I can't remember, and said that they're doing them out of Utah, or I think it was Utah, for $35 instead of $1,300. So there you go. And they are legal. I can't speak for this Utah thing, but I saw Gary's paperwork and Leah. Those are our friends out here. They have a child together, plus he adopted her other child. They got married online. They do an actual wedding ceremony online. They do all the paperwork. It was done inside of a week. It's recognized in the Philippines, and the proof is in the pudding, right? Because Gary's got it. He's did it. I've looked at it. I've seen it firsthand. This is not something I've just heard about. And he has utilized that here in the Philippines. He's applied for his 13A. He will be getting Social Security numbers for his kids. And when he can, that's a matter of traveling again. And so when he's old enough, which he's not yet, but I think he's like 56, 57 or something like that. He's 5, 6, 7 years away from his Social Security, but then he'll get the bump in Social Security for having dependents. So that'll help him. He currently works online. But yeah, online marriages. Why guys are going through, I told Mark Thornton about this, but because he's getting married to Jen, and so he's continuing to go the normal route here, which is pile up, and pile up paperwork. So good on him. God bless him. Congratulations. Good morning, no regrets. Yeah, so, and then you can always come back, I figure. But it would be awesome, I think, to let May experience other cultures, food, experiences, be exciting for her to travel. There's some countries that are super friendly to letting Filipinas in, and there's some countries that are not so friendly to letting May in. Some of them are going to be needing visas prior to getting even to an airport. It's getting more and more complicated. So when the time comes, the good news for me is I have a year and a half or a year and 3 or 4 months before my 3 years is up. So hopefully by that time, there'll be a little less brain damage on trying to travel. Let's see. Oops, I missed one. Sorry. Pure Alpha Life. Huge fan of, what's that called? Padron cigars. I guess they make cigars there in Cuba. Jet skiing in a bikini. What's not to like? She does want a goofy picture. She doesn't want to drive I found out she doesn't want to ride the jet ski. She just wants to have her picture taken on it, as you're saying, wearing a bikini. So, what baby wants, baby gets. Who cares? Have you guys seen Majan Salon? She does really good vids from the province. Very good English. May watches her. I don't watch videos of other people. I shouldn't say that because that's not 100% accurate. Sometimes I'll watch snippets of stuff that interests me. I will watch Bud Brown just out of respect and love for Bud Brown, and I love his channel. And there's a couple of guys that every now and then I'll bounce in and see what they're up to. But one thing you'll learn, I think, if you're like me, when you move here, you'll stop watching all these goofy videos. You'll start making your own. Whether you're physically filming them, you'll be making videos in your head, memories. It's what I'm trying to say. You'll be having your own experiences. You'll be having your own highlights and lowlights. And all of a sudden, the allure of watching this kind of stuff, for me, dissipated the day I landed. I would go back and watch some that had information that I was confused about, like how long do I have, where do I go to immigration, and then what kind of motorbike should I buy? So I went and looked at guys that did videos about that kind of stuff. But I found myself, once I landed and once I got here, the whole YouTube phenomenon about the Philippines lost its allure for me. This guy named Steve Montelli that used to do videos, and him and I bumped into each other a couple of times, and I told him that. I said, Steve, I used to watch you, but I don't watch you anymore. Don't take it wrong. And he goes, no, that's very common. She is awesome. Okay, yeah, well, that's what May says. May really likes her. She's very popular. I guess she's got a great channel. And so, yeah, there's a lot of good channels out there. A lot better than this. Hey, happy birthday, baby May. Thank you, Randy, so much. Clickbait isn't really a title that the video isn't really on. Some of the best cigars in the world. Okay. What else would you expect to hear from Dean? Let's see. When telling baby May happy birthday, remind her not to be sad as we are all getting older with her. Actually, May wakes up every day. This is the God's truth with a smile on her face. Always happy. Always says good morning. You know, we always give each other a hug and say good morning. And I don't think we've ever woke up mad at one another, which is hard to believe. I'm sure we have, but I can't remember when. All of your videos are great. Well, thank you, David. I think some are a lot better than others. But they're all, I promise you this, they're all stream of consciousness. Yeah, I guess what island is she on? I don't know. Tell us where the gold is. Your secret is safe with us. But as soon as I find it, Peter, I'm gonna post it. She should point her toes. Good morning, Rose Empire from Metro Manila. How are things out there? Hello, Paul. Always a pleasure and happy birthday. Thank you, Chuck. Appreciate you. Hey, Stephen. Nice to see you, buddy. We're good. Did you see that the Philippines government is going to start after nationals and expats making revenue? Forgot the threshold level of YouTube not paying taxes to the PI government. I've heard about that for a year or two. I looked into it, and from what I understand is there's a reciprocal agreement between the Philippines and the United States. May is registered and pays her taxes here, and I'm registered and pay to the IRS. I think there's a lot of hyperbole, but if I had to pay taxes here, it's hard to understand the logic of that. If people come here for 2 or 3 months on a tourist visa and make 3 or 4 videos and make some money, and then they move on to, let's just say, Nicaragua and go there, and how does that work? You know? So, I don't know. I would imagine it would be your status. So if you're a resident here, that might be a different kettle of fish, as they say. But I looked into that, and then I looked into when I registered May. In fact, Google sent a dealio out for May specifically about taxation. Does she owe tax to America? And the answer is no. It was 0. There was a form we filled out. We answered everything honestly. And they said, okay, you owe nothing. It only makes sense that not to be double taxed. If they taxed us, okay, I'd pay the tax. Thank you very much. I read Delta Airlines will charge workers $200 extra for the company health insurance if they don't have a vaccine. Well, there's all kinds of stuff going on with this vaccine in there. I call it a crack in the egg, but it's on a whole different level of a bigger picture. It's really too bad Filipinos don't like facial hair. I look better the more my face is covered. Yeah, thank God for the mask, huh? I'm really good looking when the mask is on. Let's see, I've lived in the Philippines for 18 months. My Lazada orders have seen more of the Philippines than I have. No end in sight. Yeah, that's a very good point. Lazada can travel all at once, but we can't. Let's see. Good morning from Metro Manila here. Single and looking for a single man. Just kidding. Have a blessed day and you all stay safe. Well, there you go, Rose. Hey, Paul, when you first arrived, you said you brought cash with you. Yeah. Was that pesos or dollars? If pesos, did you buy the currency in the U.S.? And if the dollars, did you have issues exchanging it? Good technical question, Tom. I brought $100 bills, fresh, clean, brand new, with no dents, no dings, no dots. If they are not perfect, they don't work. $20 bills don't work. $50 bills don't work. $100 bills work. I did not convert until I got here. And I wouldn't. In fact, I asked my bank. I was with Washington Mutual back in the day, and they're out of business now, of course. And they said something about, I can't remember. I'm sorry, but it was not. It was not. It was feasible, but it was like expensive or something. It wasn't worth it. Oh, I just did that one. Agreed, Paul. When we tell a lie, we have to remember the lie, but then when we tell the truth, we just recall the situation. Yeah, yeah. And being told the truth. I'll give you a quick example. That's also how I gauge my friends and at what level we're at, and if they're a true friend or not. A true friend will tell you the truth, even though it's not good news. And Mark Thornton one time, and I never forgot this. He said, "You know what? Yeah, he only knew me about a week, and he had expressed that he enjoyed our company together, and let's try to be buddies and hang out." And we did. And we went out one night, and the next day, when I talked to him, or the next time I saw him, he said, "Those people you were with are just using you." And I said, "Really?" And I said, "You think so?" He goes, "Yeah." Yeah, he says, "I can tell, because this is the second time that I've seen this happen with you, and they're going with you because you're picking up the check." And I also have a belief that we actually already know the answers to all of our problems. Every problem or disorder that we might have in our life, I think we know the cure for it inside. I think we have the ability to fix ourselves and be better people. And so deep in my heart, I knew that to be true, that they were going with me because I was picking up the check. I was enjoying myself, though. I was having fun. I was enjoying their company. To me, it was like worth the price of admission, if you will. But when he said that to me, it brought to surface what I already knew to be true, and caused me to look at it and say, he's right, and I don't want to. I think I'm losing respect by doing that. Those people are not my friends. And so I just slowly dissolved that relationship that I had with them. And I still remember that to this day, and I appreciate his candor, if you will. So, if you ask a guy a question and he gives you an honest answer, and he didn't do it with malcontent. He did it to help me. And he did help me. And he told me the truth. Enough about that. You learn with age that he had any sense to be honest up front. Yeah. It's like when I was dating. I had this conversation with a friend yesterday that when I was dating, I would meet young ladies and they would say, "Do you want a girlfriend? Or are you looking for a girlfriend?" I said, "No, I'm not," because I wasn't. I didn't know. If you want to hang out, that's great. But, I enjoy each other's company, super. But am I looking for a girlfriend? No, I'm not. And guess what? It actually made them more interested in me. Just some. I learned when I was young to quit lying. I couldn't ever remember what I said and always got caught. Yeah. I have, I always had a problem with my kids. My kids would lie their asses off to me because they didn't want to disappoint me, and they didn't want to let me down, and they didn't want me to be, they wanted me to be proud of them. So when they went and did something really awful, which all kids do, right? Or their perception of awful, like they break something, or they said they did their homework and they didn't, that kind of stuff. They would lie. And I find it exhausting. I just find it exhausting when people lie to me. Just tell me the truth. Because once I know the truth, now I know what the situation is and I have an effective way of dealing with it. Throw your feelings out the window. Men are problem solvers. And I like to, but I can't solve a problem if I don't know the reality of it. Hello from La Union. Welcome aboard, buddy. Hey, Jacques. I hope I'm saying that right. Good morning, Jamie. Hey, let's see. I've been watching you for a couple of months, but first time I caught you live. Well, welcome aboard, Keith. So for May's vegetable garden, do a raised bed and get some really good dirt, fill it, and then use chicken wire to cover it over. Not have the critters eat it. Well, I'll tell you what May did. I went out in the front. I have a little plot that I dug up for both of us. Me, one in the front, and then one in the back. I borrowed a shovel because I couldn't buy one. I couldn't find one. But my neighbor loaned me a shovel. Anyway, I went out and did this whole thing. And I went out and planted watermelons again. And I'm happy to tell you that I've got 10 or 11 healthy little watermelons growing up front. And I asked May, I said, because she was really cracked because she over-fertilized her garden out there and killed it. And I asked May, I said, hey, you gonna plant back there? She said, oh, I don't know. She was acting kind of grouchy. And I said, well, then I'm going to. And I'm going to take that one over too. I'm going to own that one. And that was all it took. She went out and planted peanuts because the peanuts are hardy and they're not as susceptible to the weather changes. And I think right now, this part of the season is a much better time to plant than 2 or 3 months ago when we originally did it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, she's got it's all peanuts. We're going to be like Jimmy Carter. We're going to be peanut farmers. Thank you very much, Rose. Lying requires too much effort remembering. When you tell the truth, today's answer is the same as the answer 6 months from now. Hard work pays off in the future. Laziness pays off right now. Exactly. Paul, if you don't mind, how much do you earn from your YouTube channel per month? I'm thinking of starting my own channel. Thanks. That varies. There is how much effort that you put into it. There is a site called Social Blade that you can go into that doesn't really give accurate information. They claim it to be 100%, but it isn't. It can go from a few $100s up to $1,000. Depends on how hard you work and how much. Really only depends on views, to be honest with you. You can have 5,000 subscribers and make more money than somebody with 100,000 subscribers. Subscribers are meaningless without views. So I did a video with, I'll tell you right now because I just saw it. I did a video with Abby. It got 10,000 views and I made $68 on that video. So there's factors involved. Advertisers change their rate of pay on the ads. So so you put 10 videos out like that, you're making $680, right? Let's see, it's fun watching your old videos that have end of COVID predictions in them. I know. That is funny. And I've freely admitted that ever since I started making my predictions, I've been 100% wrong. That's funny, Global Greg. I think we were all wrong about that. They told us lockdowns would only be a month. Isn't that the truth? You know what? I could have had a bet with my neighbor at the time because he said this is going to go on for years. And this is back at my first apartment when this all happened. And I said, nah. I said this is going to be over with in like 2 or 3 months. And he goes, no. And he was one of these real negative Nancy types anyway. And so I thought he was just being negative. And he goes, this is going to go on for years. I said, you want to put some money on that? And thank God he declined. I would have been out some bucks. Happy birthday to May. I will tell her when she gets out of the sack. She's sleeping in on her day off. On her birthday. You can exchange US dollars at airports. Yeah, you can. Exactly. That's what I did. I should have followed through on that. I had X amount of dollars in my pocket. And I think I came here with 6,000 US dollars, which is why I was so paranoid about everything. I was terrified I was going to lose my money. And I think I changed $200 or $100 at the airport. And the airport here has probably the worst exchange rate. And they admit that. They told me in Cebu, I said, is that rate any good? He goes, no, it's really not. He goes, you can do a lot better in town. He says, I said, okay, thanks. So I think I changed it from 200 to 100 just so I had some cash on me for paying a cab, right? That was the next move, get to a cab. Hey, Delaware, how you doing, Jeff? Let's see, good morning, Paul. Just waking up here in Japan, about to go to work. Have you heard about the special project they plan to do in Dumageddon? Looks cool. I have no idea what that freaking thing is. I've watched it from the beginning, and I have no idea what the ultimate end game is on that thing. It's just an extension out into the ocean where they've made more land, more concrete and area. And I was hoping they would put some new restaurants up, and stuff like that. But I don't know what it is. I think it's going to be, they may just let little shops open. They may turn it into an exercise thing. It may be just a general purpose area. I got no clue. And everyone I've asked that, I go, you know what this thing's going to eventually be? And they go, no. Good morning, Dave. Thank you. And I'll tell baby May, you said happy birthday. 9A visa can get folks in. I don't know what a 9A is. See, I'm the last guy to give advice on visas. Go to the Department of Immigration website. Don't eat the fish from Lake Nicaragua. I think Biden was right. Pulling out of the war is never easy, and they never end well. Mark G's in the house. Let's see. This thing just jumped. Hold on. Oh, I'm getting behind. I talked too long. What's new? Good morning from rainy Phuket. Well, God bless. How's it going over there in the sandbox? My friend AJ is over there. I was going to have him on the show last week, but our internet went out here at the house. 9A visa is a tourist visa, and you cannot get in until they open the Philippines. Yeah, is that what it's called? I always just call it a tourist visa. I don't know. Is that the designation, 9A? Can't get in here on a tourist visa. I do know that. They never end well, but Biden screwed up big time, leaving all that military equipment and weaponry, not to mention putting up so many American lives in danger by not having them leave sooner. Yeah, well, like I said, I don't look at the man, I look at the results. SRRV or 13A visa, yeah. Those will work, but if you're coming over as a tourist, you're not going to get in. Good morning, Razor Light. Utah. How are you, Mark? Montana also does double proxy weddings. I had a question, maybe you guys know the answer to. Someone asked me, I didn't know. If you've never met the person, can you marry them? In other words, let's say that I'm sitting in America and I meet Baby May online and I fall in love with her and I want to marry her, but I've never met her in person. Would that qualify as, can we get married? Would be the question. That's, someone posed that. And I meant to ask my friend, I just saw him. I'm going to see him Sunday because there's a brownout and we're getting together for that. But I don't know the answer to that question. Talk about girly. Everything in our house is pink. I'm getting sick of pink. You gotta let them just run, cut them loose, buddy. Just girls talking online. They don't understand the virus could be around for a very long time, and they want to wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, there is. There has been. I guess it's catching on now, but in the beginning, I would say the majority of the locals that we intertwine with didn't even know what COVID was and didn't understand why they had to have a mask. They're just kind of doing what they're told, but they don't have the media information that we have available to us. So, and understand it completely, nor was it rolled out properly or explained to my knowledge. So we'll see what happens. May didn't really understand what it was. It just, I hear divorces are being discussed for legalization. I heard that also. Yeah. It's all conversation, though, isn't it? We definitely live in a very interesting times. I agree. It will be a long past when I'm gone, but curious how the history books will show how COVID was handled. That will be the definitive answer. Time in the history books, because hindsight is always 20/20, and once it's over and it's analyzed and all the data is in and all the results and the emotions are out right now, emotions are running very high, and over time logic will set in, and that will give us a real view. May I ask, what is your monthly budget, not including entertainment? Yeah, I've done a number of budget videos, and $1,500 a month is approximately my number. I think $2,000 a month is a more realistic number, depending on your lifestyle. Hey, what's going on, my friend? Nice to see you. Okay. We are doing awesome. Having a good time. It's party. We are hanging out with people we like and avoiding those we don't. There you go. The daughter of a friend married her GI in Germany online via Montana double proxy wedding. It can be done, I'm thinking. Legal. What I liked about the online marriage dealio was that it was an American marriage. So divorce was an option. Not that divorce is a good thing, but I was thinking that, people say, why don't you marry Baby May? Why don't you marry Baby May? Why don't you marry Baby May? I'm not so sure that would be the best thing for her. And people talk about survival benefits. That's not as simple as it sounds. So there's a lot of components in that. Here, if I did marry Baby May, it would be online, just so she could divorce me. That's right, folks. say hi to each other. Everybody's friends here on the old Doug channel. Let's see. On the first day, Dean created Nicaraguan wood and said it was good. On the second day, he created the rotation and said it was good. On the fourth, fifth, and sixth day, he partook of the rotation. On the seventh day, Dean rested. Yeah. Let's see. I've been wanting to visit Bacala. Me too. Since forever. Have some friends there. Whenever that happens, I hope to drop by Dumagetti and buy you and make coffee. Well, that'd be awesome. We'll buy you a coffee. How's that sound? We've been wanting to get over there just to say we got out of town. And I'm hearing that there's 2 routes to Bacala. And one we could get there, it's via Moabal or something like that. By bus. So I don't know. My luck, we would get there and then coming back, we wouldn't be able to get back in. So who knows? What about when Trump lied about how bad this virus was back in early 2020? Doing great. Editing while listening to Paul. Always working, huh, Len? Hey, Paul, hi from the convict colony. Yeah, Australia, 10 weeks locked up and probably another 8. I don't think we'll be allowed out until 22. Pissed off. You know, Australia is stricter than anybody from what I can see. I have a buddy that can't go home. They won't let him in, and he's a citizen. And he said that between the states there in Australia, there's all kinds of travel restrictions. So apparently Australia is like super, super, super strict. And I thought that's just wrong. You know, as an American citizen, I can go home. I can't come back. I know we're beating that horse to death, but at least I can go home if I wanted to, but an Australian can't. I just think that's wrong. You have a lot of fans here. Did you guys see the videos we did? You had a good time, huh? I just got on live stream. It says, I just got on live. Sometimes I see says started minutes ago. Do you have control over that? Actually, I started this stream and then I bounced out of it because I had something I had to do real quick. I had to answer a phone call. So, and then I came back to it. I don't have any control over it now. I mean, once I set it up, I have to go live or it looks like I'm just sitting here. There's a thing called Enter Studio, which I mistakenly, when I first started doing this, thought that's when it started. And then it has a thing that says go live, which I also thought that started the stream. But apparently the minute you create one of these little broadcasts, it goes out there as if you are on. So that's why I apologized at the beginning of the stream for the delay. Now, you know more people than I do out here. See? Let's see. Been watching your channel for the past year, hoping 2022 will be the year I get to explore the Philippines. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope so too, DG. Bud Brown does have a great channel. He's a great guy. He's a nice man. He's probably the nicest guy you'll ever meet. Delta is sweeping America. I just spent 2 nights in the hospital. COVID will never end. Well, I hope you feel better, Jason. Why get married, make a will, and make things legal? Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that I remember. First thing I did was, not the first thing, but actually the last thing I just did was open up a joint bank account with me. And so, and PIN numbers and all that have been shared. So access is available. Smash that like button, but be careful your fingers don't get in the way. That's right. Hydrate. You guys know the drill. You've been at the hips. And I'm going to say it for like the fourth time. Hitting the like button is 100% free this week. We're going all out. Let's see. Use Zoom to exchange money. That's what I use. I use Zoom. There's also Wise. Let's see. Do you use mosquito net on a bed? No, we don't have, knock on wood, mosquitoes out here. We have them, but they're not in swarms. You know what I mean? We have more ants than anything. There's Buddy, my defender. Hey, man, I might not stay long enough to see your response, but I know I love you guys. And if I can ever get over there, we love you too, Buddy Tripp. You're my rock star. And you're one of my rockers. And you came up with the name for Baby May's channel. Don't think I forgot that, pal. I am here mainly watch live streams. Yeah, probably don't watch many videos, huh? Global Greg, yes. Maison Salon is really good. College girl, perfect English, and is very pretty. Well, there's a combo. What about when Trump lied about how bad this virus was to protect the stock market, plus all the previous thousands of lies I'm saying he made? Oh, boy, am I a Stones fan. Oh, man. I almost, before even the Charlie thing came out of just nowhere, either I'm out of touch or they did a really good job of keeping it under the radar. I cannot imagine the Stones continuing their tour. I know they've had other bands. What was his name? Mick Taylor died. And when they were, he overdosed or drowned or something like that. So I can understand when they were a brand new band. But at this stage of the game, I don't know if it's respectful to continue on with their tour. I don't know. Because he was, what are you down to? I like Steve. I like Steve a lot. I liked his channel. I liked him as a human being when I met him in person. And I haven't talked to him forever. I'd like to have a chat with him sometime. Please like Paul. Please like me. Dean goes through his cigars like he goes through his rotation. We'll light up another cigar, Dean. We love you. Does he smoke cigars? Paul, can you teach Dean how to do live streams? This guy is a superstar, but he doesn't know how to market himself. His channel in Nicaragua. I told him to do a live stream, and I'd go on it with him. I'm sure he knows how. Hey, there's Dale. Good morning, Paul. Took a look at the day in the life of the average expat. I don't need Dear Abby or resort reviews. Thanks again for the trash cans. How are you doing on your Zoom deal? I haven't heard from you. Fred, I'm not sure. I think it might be Cebu. I know she doesn't want to reveal her location. Well, I can't blame her on that. If you're a single woman out in the middle of a province somewhere, you wouldn't want to put yourself at risk. What happened to Montelli? He was streaming in the DR and then vanished. He's a real mysterious guy. He used to come into the Philippines, and he had a zillion air miles that he got somewhere and was flying back and forth. But he would come into town and then never say goodbye to anybody, just leave. That was no matter where he went. I think his Dean stuff is severely lacking. I want to like him, but not. Man, there you go. We all need improvement, buddy. Filipina P is making $2,900 a month for her videos and heading to 3,400. There's a video channel that shows what Philippine bloggers make. Yeah, that information is taken off of a site called Social Blade. And I've looked at Social Blade. It's not 100% accurate, is what I will tell you. Uptown Moto, bye-bye. Let's see. Thank you. I'm trying to find good video makers that do it from Leyte. Okay. All right, buddy. You're out. See you later, man. Don't fight it, buddy, and accept your savior, Dean. Resistance is futile. It doesn't make sense. You can't get double taxed. Oh, we're back on that. Yeah. I looked into it a while ago. Last thing I want to do is break a law over a few dollars. So, come see, come saw, right? It's not enough money to get excited about. So, you owe it, you pay it. I've always paid my bills. But double taxation doesn't exist. Again, May pays taxes here, I pay taxes there. And I just looked at it this way. I said, okay, so I've got this vlog, and yeah, I've lived here for a while, but I'm nothing more than a tourist. So if I'm a tourist and I bounce into Bali and I make videos for 2 months in Bali, and then I go to Thailand and I make videos for 2 months in Thailand, and then the Philippines and Japan and Spain and Portugal, and I've gone to 6 countries in 1 year, and I've made income from it. And I'm American. I think I would pay the IRS that money. Do I have to pay Spain and Portugal and Nicaragua or wherever else I've been, Thailand? You're done with the P? All right. Please treat Dean well. He is a human stud. I always take good care of Dean. I love Buddy. Buddy's always in Facebook jail. And that's a good thing. Be controversial, buddy, all day long, buddy. Thank you, Jacob. Let's see, I don't think you have anything to worry about with your YouTube revenue. I can verify that. You don't really have Patrons and raise large income. There's a few experts that have been mentioned that make the large income. Well, yeah, that's a very good point. My money is AdSense. And then people will do super chat stuff like on this. But I do not have Patreon. I do not have memberships. I don't sell memberships. I don't have affiliate links. And Google and YouTube are always encouraging you to do that. They go, hey, you can sell memberships, 99 cents a month to $20 a month. I don't do consultations for money. I've consulted people, but I've never charged them for it. What else is there? Patreon. I don't even know what Patreon is. I think Patreon is a deal where you have to make yet like secret, like you're a VIP, right? So it's sort of like a pass to see some special videos that you do. Sounds like work to me. So I have a PayPal link, but that's just more out of convenience than anything else. Dean sucks as a YouTuber. Don't hold back, buddy. What do you really think? Your blasphemy is going to get you in trouble, buddy. Oh. Dean is great. See? Why don't $20 bills? I've been to, they always prefer smaller bills. I don't know why. I tried to do a 20. They wouldn't take it. I don't know the answer to that, but it's $100 bills that they want. I think they want to keep it simple. And it needs to be, let me emphasize this, kids. It needs to be brand new unflawed. If there's a tear or even a dent, I had a scratch on one of my bills, and I couldn't. I had to go to like 5 places. Finally got it passed somewhere. But they need to be unflawed. So when you pack your money, folding it into a wallet probably is not the best way to do it. Maybe in like a protective plastic type of deal inside of a jacket pocket might be a better idea. His photos look like he's in an iron one. You make a point, buddy. No, I'm not putting Dean on. It's May's birthday, for God's sakes. Good morning. Tell me about it. It took me forever to get out of the AP exchanging to pesos from 20s. Oh, so you were able to change them. I never had any luck. I had 3 or 4 20s on me, maybe more. I don't remember now. It's been so long. But that was just change that I had from going through, different airports and buying a coffee on a layover or whatever. I was still using my money. So I brought all kinds of denominations. I had 5s, 1s, 10s, 20s, and the majority was hundreds because I watched YouTube videos and they told me to bring only hundreds. So I did. And I'm glad I listened to them. And that's what I'm telling you. Let's see. Paul, the taxation in the U.S. has never been on a level playing field. I'm surprised it took you that long to figure out. I don't know what you're talking about. Philippines has many tax agreements with other countries, so you don't have to pay twice. That's what I'm thinking. If I got to pay tax, I got to pay tax. I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, it's not going to change my life. All relationships don't necessarily have to be transactional unless you are a sociopath. There might be some truth to that, but I don't know what that pertains to. What you got, buddy? Done now. The betas are in the house. My love to Paul and May. We love you, buddy, Trip. Thank you, Douglas. No, I'm not doing Dean today. You're a smart guy. You know what the dealio. I notice certain friends don't appear with you on the channel anymore. Well, there's some truth to that. Yeah, there are some people that I've decided that I no longer want to associate with. Doesn't mean I'm going to out them. Doesn't mean I'm going to talk about them or mention them. No point in that. You haven't got something good to say. Why say it? I am a big believer that the world has a way of taking care of people that take care, that reward them or punish them all on its own. They don't need it doesn't need my help. But there are some people that I would love to have on the channel that because of distance or geography or time, I can't, or it's really complicated. Most of the people that have been on the channel I like. There's a few people that I don't. And that's the truth. Paul, what would you do if May told you that she wants to be in Dean's rotation? Seriously. Well, I think we both know that that's not on May's agenda. But if she told me that, I would, and if she meant it, I would tell her rock on. But forget about me. Let's see, the threshold is 3 million pesos, 60K, for YouTube revenue in the Philippines. I don't think Paul has to worry unless someone sends money for a Starbucks truckload of coffee. PI going after non-reporters. Yeah. If 60K is the number, I'm, to, I'm, I'm well under the radar. Youngstown, Ohio. How are you? And yes, Bud is an awesome guy. I love his personality. He is a good man. A real treat to meet in person. I'm 59 and just got my first Pfizer COVID vaccination. And even that gave me a cough and sore throat for a week. I would hate to get the full COVID virus. Different reactions from people, huh? Hello, Paul. Love the positive attitude you always seem to have. Nice change from the typical grumpy foreigners who use their channel to just complain about the Philippines. Yeah, there's enough to complain about over here. But there's enough to complain about anywhere. So I think that has more to do with the people than the Philippines, don't you? New York Mets need some help with the rotation. Let's see. If the government is going to find themselves on the outside looking in, I've got to see that firsthand for myself. Yeah, I had my first shot of Pfizer. I had no side effects, but a friend of mine said he was in bed 2 days after the second. I've known a number of guys out here that have got the shot, and the common thread has been they had a sore arm for about 6 hours, and 1 or 2 days later, they felt fatigued. And that was pretty much and they were different shots. One guy got Johnson & Johnson, one guy had the Moderna, one guy got the Chinese deal, whatever that is. I forget the name of it. So there's been a variety of vaccines out here. And all these guys have told me the same thing, that where the injection site was, they were sore. And then the next day or two, they felt fatigued, but not, they just stayed home. They just laid down or watched TV. Stacy Clifton, by the time this virus is over, I'll probably be too old to travel. No. And by the way, you got a shout out earlier. Baby May appreciates you, and she's having issues with her phone, sending emails, and she wanted me to give you a shout out. So one more time, China Dave, Stacy Clifton, Faiz Sheik, and Brendan Moore, if you're watching. May is giving you all a shout out. Maybe a nuke power plant. They have geothermal out here. George, my first Pfizer was mild, low-grade fever and dizziness. Second, I had a headache for 9 days. Jeez. Had both Pfizer doses and no major reactions. See, it's different strokes for different folks. What are you doing, little Lynn? Everything cool with you? No, you have not met each other. No, you have to meet each other before marriage. I thought so. It was a question that was asked of me, and I didn't know the answer. So that makes sense to me. I think back in the 50s, they used to be called mail order brides. They used to ship in women from Asia to marry, I don't know, geeky guys. Everybody's friends here, see? Hey, Ken, how you doing? And 9A visa is a tourist visa for foreign spouses to Filipino citizens that are presently in the Philippines, and the foreign spouse is trying to enter that will to be with them. Yeah, they got so many categories. Let me read that again. A 9A visa is a tourist visa for a foreign spouse. I thought it was a 13A. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, that makes total sense to me. That makes total sense to me. So I couldn't have an LDR and decide to get married. I didn't think so. It sounded too fishy. You know. Okay. There is one nuke plant. I never fired it up, and now it's a tourist spot. Lynn Duncan. When Duncan was the title, or not the title, but that was the name of a guy on Justified, one of my favorite shows ever. It's time to stop waiting to get past COVID. It's not going away. Time to accept the reality. We need to start living with it. Minor issues, as you can Photoshop pretty easy. I think your reaction to the vaccine is relative to your immune response. I think it's got a lot to do with a lot of things, what you got going on in your body. Let's see. Do you ever need a jacket at night? We got caught in the rain. Day before yesterday, coming home, it was about, and I measured it. It's 15 degrees cooler up here than it is on the floor of Dumageddon. I saw it on my phone. 15 total degrees. That's a lot. And anyway, it was hot as hell in Dumageddon. I think 2 days ago, 3 days ago, whatever it was, May and I were down there. We go down there almost every day. Took her to the dentist. I never told you guys. I took her back to the dentist. So we got some more work done on her teeth. And next week, next Tuesday, we're going in for the bottom cavity. And then that may be the end of it. So she's feeling better. She was a lot happier. We went, today's Thursday, so that's what we were doing. Day before yesterday, Tuesday, we went to the dentist and got May's teeth. She had 3 cavities. One might need a, root canal. So what she did, and May did not want to go. May was telling me that her mouth felt fine and that she thought her cheek was starting to cave in and her face was changing and it didn't hurt anymore and everything's great because she remembered that tooth extraction where they had to go in and take that impacted wisdom tooth out, and that hurt like a mother. And so she was like a 9-year-old kid, you know. She's like, no, everything's fine. We don't need to go. I'm fine. And so Tuesday was awesome because we went back to the dentist. And what the dentist did was she has a real bad cavity that she says needs a root canal and then a cap. So what she did on that tooth was she drilled into it and put medicine in there and painkiller medicine to medicate the, I guess it's an infection or whatever it is. I don't really know. And then she put a filling over that. And then she did do another cavity that was up on top. She's got 1 cavity remaining on the bottom, which is the tooth next to where she had the impacted wisdom tooth removed. And it's still not fully healed. The suture or the cut, it's healing fine. But the doctor said it still needs just a little more time before she goes drilling into the tooth next to it. Bottom line was she numbed May up really good on Tuesday. And May was skipping out of the dentist. She was saying, goodbye, doctor, goodbye, Di. You know, she's like waving at the receptionist. And she's got this little jump in her step because it didn't hurt. They didn't cut her. They were digging into her. When they did the impacted wisdom tooth, it was 2 hours. And this was like 22 minutes. And she was in and out. And it didn't hurt a bit. So May's back on the dentist routine. Good news about Rona. The flu has disappeared from the face of the earth. Marriage is not worth it in today's world. An American can get a divorce by returning to the U.S. and filing. The PI will recognize it. I heard that, who did I interview? What was his name? Anyway, I knew a guy that got married over here. He was on my channel. For the life of me, I can't remember his name. Sorry. Anyway, he was on the channel. He came over here, fell in love, got married, went back to America, and kept making these trips, a couple, 3 times a year to visit his now wife. And then he found out over a number of years that she was fooling around with everybody. And he went home and got divorced. But according to him, she's still married because they got married in the Philippines. And that's kind of what the ties in with what I feel maybe I wouldn't be doing May any big favor by marrying her. Be one more form for her to get if she met somebody new. Hey, Paul, do you have to have a motorcycle endorsement on your U.S. license to ride a scooter in the Philippines? It helps. I didn't. I only had an automobile. I wish I could tell you I remember the mechanics of this, but I do remember this. It took me 5 or 6 trips to the LTO, the Land Transportation Office, to get my Philippines driver's license. And originally they were going to only rate me for a car. And how I skipped around this thing and got the scooter, I'm now licensed to do a scooter and a car. I think the solution was money. I think I just paid more money. And I had to bring down paperwork for a scooter. Also, those are the only things that I recall, because this is going on 4 years ago. And it was one of those memories I just as soon forget, because getting a driver's license out here for me was not fun. Aussies gave up their guns like sheep. Okay. Do you still want to return to America? I want to go visit America. Yeah. So do I want to go there and live? No. But do I want to go and see family and friends? Absolutely. Let's see. It's easy out. The out is easy, and getting back is impossible. Don't get married. Girlfriends behave more than wives do. Girlfriends are better than wives. We thought Dean was the alpha male. Hello. Haknami 12. Paul, the U.S. will, this is China Dave. Paul, the U.S. will soon require the jab to enter the country. So it comes in through Mexico as they don't need it. I think there's a lot of options for me and for May, to be honest with you, just to go hang out. Again, I got over a year, to see what happens. They're talking about different legislations. They're talking about different requirements. And when we land here, buddy, my feet did not land in cement and then had it dry. There's other places than the Philippines. It's a lot simpler for a single guy that's not involved with someone like I am. I mean, all you got to worry about then is your stuff, if you've got a lot of it, unloading that, and you've got to worry about if you signed a lease or not. So you don't ever want to burn your landlord. So maybe if I was single right now, I still would stay here because I like it here. That's just the bottom line. I'm kind of waiting more for the islands to open up, traveling to, just local places. Bacolod was mentioned earlier. I'd love to go down there. Just want to go shopping. Just want to go to the mall and have some different opportunities for restaurants and stuff like that. Just go kick some tires, go snoop around. Take May. Stay at a hotel. It's fun. It's not that expensive. May and I have a cure for the quarantine here, is that the restrictions here in Dumaguete and Valencia are so loose. And if you know the wheres and the whens and the whys and the hows, it's really very easy to navigate here. So we do staycations to break up the monotony. People ask me about my YouTube money. That's what I use it for. Stuff like that. I save some of it. And then I do things like once a year, I'll spend probably 50,000 pesos on May this year. And that's not buying her any gifts, really. That's paying for her teeth. She's been she's a good girl. She knows how much it costs for me to take care of her teeth. That's going to be a 40,000 peso deal by the time it's over and done with, especially with the root canal. And so I told her, I said, your health, your teeth, your migraines, my budget only goes so far. And so can I buy you a orange scooter? She wanted a scooter. When I asked her what kind of scooter she wanted, she said, orange. So, she just wants to learn how to drive the scooter. And I'm all down for that. But I said, here's the thing. We've got to prioritize money. And my budget is this. And I have set aside this much money for you this month. And I've already exceeded that. But that being said, we're going to take care of your teeth. And that's going to be my birthday gift. And we spent 2 nights at the Henry Hotel, which was 5,000 a night, 10,000 pesos for that. And then her sisters and whatnot came for lunch. And there was a few bucks involved there. And I was happy to do it. It was a lot of fun. But that's what people talk about, the YouTube money. That's what I call it. I call it mad money. Rod, 100% Rod. The divorce bill has been in Congress for over 3 years. I believe that, Keith. I call this conversation. Like they say they're going to change the immigration policies here. There's been some videos made about that. I call that conversation until it actually happens, and then I'll talk about it. Paul, I love the videos of you and Rinlin. Yeah, can you do another video of Lynn when time permits? We are separated by time, by space. So yeah, sure. We had a great time together and enjoyed each other's company immensely. Wondering if you can have your girlfriend start a business, then hire you as an employee and get into the Philippines in a 9G work visa. I would say no, but I guess anything's possible. Man, some people have a short memory for Trump. Wanted to close all borders at the beginning of 2019. He wanted to close USA. One thing, I don't like to get into the political arena here. It's not what I'm about. That's why I'm trying to start a secret channel so I can. But I have a complicated time with it, of all things. Starting another channel. I may blow it out and start all over again. And what I might do is just create. I had a link to this channel. I just felt that was the easiest way to go. But I may blow it out and start all over again, and just create a new email, new Gmail, new Google account, and all that crap, and then try again. But what was my point? I look at results, man. I don't look at the person. I read numbers. When I was working and finally got somewhat up the food chain, that's what I could tell you how well a person was performing at their job and never lay my eyes on them. It was fascinating to me how much I learned when they taught me, my superiors taught me how to read a report. And reports are just, to me, they're just amazing. They're always accurate because there's no emotion in a report. It's just results. This person did this, got this far. You can see their weaknesses. You can see where they're doing really well, and you can see where they need help. We used to have monthly meetings in the car business when I was a manager there. It was called Save a Salesman. And we would look at reports, and we'd sit around in a circle and with other managers, and we would call the meeting, let's save a salesman, because we're getting ready to fire someone. And last thing you want to do is fire someone. We got families, mortgages, kids, car payments. So we would look at reports and we'd say, okay, we need to have a consultation with this individual and see if we can save them. and we would give them 2 opportunities to save themselves. And we would tell them where their weaknesses were and where they needed to improve, study, learn, change, whatever, modify. And very effective. Let's see. And saying there are sick people coming across the borders, but they would not let him close the borders. Paul, a lot of us, myself included, found Lynn through your interview with her. I'm eternally grateful to you for introducing me to Lynn and her channel. Well, I appreciate that, Randy. I think that's awesome. You know what? I was thinking this morning, that I was really shocked that I didn't, of all the Stones, he seemed to be the most laid back. I mean, I guess that's putting it mildly, right? He didn't seem to be, whether this is true or not, I don't know, but he didn't seem to be a guy that did a lot of drugs. He didn't do the Keith Richards things, I didn't see, he was a family man and had a pretty, I think he was kind of a high class type of guy. He liked fine food. He liked fine art. He liked fine clothing. He liked the finer things in life, which it gave him. And just a very modest, mild-mannered guy. And he was always like that. You can't fake that for long. So that I believe to be his true personality. But it's amazing to me that those guys are out doing what they're doing at the age of 80. That doesn't give us hope. I don't know what will. Just don't slow down, man. I would say it's time to, I wouldn't tour. I think it's disrespectful for them to tour. They announced that they were not replacing, but yeah, I guess that's the word. They were not going to have Charlie with them. They were going to continue to tour with a different drummer and they didn't mention why. But I don't know. Could you do a Stones show without Mick or Keith? And I think Charlie's right there with Mick and Keith. Divorce is just Duarte's way of saving the women and children from COVID hardships through foreign marriage. Okay, it's just outside. Oh, that's the girl that has the channel. Yeah, outside of Cebu City. Hey, old dog, love your show. Hey, thanks, James, out there in Oklahoma. Stones already replaced George with a David Letterman drummer. I didn't know that. To me, it's not the Stones. I saw the Stones 3 times live. Hello from Texas. How are you, Bruce? Let's see. Randy Dean's actually gotten a lot better on his channel. He's done some really good informational videos. We'll see after the 4 guys from Paul's channel visited. Yeah, I saw that he did some stuff with medications, which I thought was important. Paul, if you pay taxes to another country, the IRS will give you credit off of what you owe them. I don't make enough to worry about it. I mean, it's just, I think last time I remember exactly, I paid $75 was my tax bill. What's everyone mad? I don't think everyone's mad at P. You're not going to please everybody. That's for sure. Let's see. Digital nomads don't pay taxes and they go to a lot of country. I don't know how it works, man. I mean, I don't. When this channel got started by my friend Monty Crew, who I need to do a video about, but I've yet to figure out how to put it together. I asked him, how much money am I going to make? And he said, the sky's the limit kind of thing. Anyway, I asked Bud Brown, I said, how much money did you make? And he said, $164. And I said, wow, that's awesome. I thought, I rounded it up to 200 because I'm an optimist. And I thought, boy, an extra 10,000 a month would be awesome. Cohabitation, us worse than being married in the Philippines. Why is that? I'm trying to get Dean to do an interview on Rinland's channel. They're both willing. I think it will be a hoot. There you go. That's what needs to happen. Those two need to get together. Yeah, I think you're right, David. Like I said, I looked into it a while ago. And when I signed May up, there was this whole thing about whether or not she should pay America. And I read through that very carefully when I was doing it for her. And it turns out that no, she just needs to register as she has with the BIR here. But thank you for that, man. I think, yeah, I agree. But no matter what I say, there's going to be others that disagree with me. Hey, Jeffrey, thank you for watching. Appreciate you being here. Do a fans only. No, that sounds like work. I just put my videos up, and so many of my videos I don't plan to do. They just, in fact, the last video I did was with Abby. I was at the Henry Hotel with May, and May was racing around doing a lot of pictures. I was taking a lot of pictures of May. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, she had me interview her at the Henry. That's what it was. That was her last video. And Abby came along, and I was talking, and I had no plans to do videos here. I didn't want to. I wasn't in the mood. I just wanted to hang out and let it be May's time, you know. So, but then I was talking to Abby, and all of a sudden Abby started talking about working at a call center, and I got interested. And I said, I think this would interest people. I think this is good information. And so I was really happy with the video. I was really happy that this guy contacted me about giving her a job here in the Philippines. So I wish more people had seen that video, though, because I thought it was really good information. But we didn't have a real sexy thumbnail, so nobody, clicked on it. Yeah, P's cool. Back in the beginning, she did an interview with Rike and Gio and myself, all within 3 or 4 days. But they did it live stream wise, like split screen, where P actually came over to my apartment and met May and myself and sat with me on the couch. 3 years now in the USA, we're coming back and looking for a company there to move a container once it gets their Cebu ideas. Now in the USA, we're coming back and looking for a company here. I don't know. Google. Zipper Chinese or leather biker. Yeah. Oh, that's for transporting money here. Yeah. There's a lot of, I never thought of that, but yeah, there's a lot of safe ways to disguise your money. Let's see, Mr. Ron. I carried my cash in a money belt. Okay, there's one. Dean is too nasal. Well, I have been to Vietnam 2 times for 4 weeks. In Vietnam, I know why they will only take a $100 bill, but they can get more money in exchange in the black market for a new $100 bill. This is why. One thing I liked about Vietnam was, as I said earlier, when I came to the Philippines and I exchanged my money at the airport in the Philippines, they told me up front, they were very honest. They said, no, you can get a better rate out here than here. In Vietnam, I didn't see any fluctuations in the rates at all, with the exception of a jeweler that was owned by a Russian who offered a little bit more money for those $100 bills, but it wasn't worth driving over to him. Hi, Paul. Hope you're doing well and kind, sir. Happy birthday to baby May. And whenever she wakes up, thank you so very much for no Dean. Best part of your content is when there is no Dean. Okay, we have a no on Dean. And a happy birthday to May. I took a $50 note to BDO and they refused it. And the teller acted as if she'd never seen a 50. There's a good chance she hadn't. She kept looking at it and feeling it. Yeah, it's $100 bills, boys and girls. That's the way to roll. Let's see. How are expats getting vaccinated there? Very slowly. I have to go down to a clinic, which is down the road, and put my name on a list. And then they will send me a text. And then I have to go to a gymnasium and get a number. And it's like a 4 or 5 hour line or wait. And so I don't do well with waiting. So I already decided that if I can get a number from them, when I say number, how many hours away am I? If they tell me 1 hour, I would hang out. If they told me 3 hours, I would just go eat breakfast down the street. And then I would come back up and say, how many hours? And if they told me 2, I'd go home. You know, it's all close. And so, and then I'd go back down 30 minutes before. Yes, and only new hundreds. They would not accept. That's true. They will not take old money here, all wrinkled up and in the wallet and crumpled, where they'll take it in America in a heartbeat. How did things turn out with the musician you had on a few times with the health issues? That's Jason. He's doing fine. He moved. He went to his wife's province, which is called, I hope I say it right, Mobile. It's just up the road, about 2 hours maybe. And they're kind of cutting back on the money. He's still recovering. And as far as I know, his recovery is slow but steady. Hello, Paula May. All watching. My sister-in-law just got out of quarantine about a week ago. It was direct in the hotel. Holy moly. That's one thing I do not want to do, is quarantine. Karma is very real. Yeah. It tends to be the love you take is equal to the love you make, right? Yeah, Jason. He's doing cool. He's still kicking. Operating expenses would be very penny you spend in the country you're vlogging from. Unless you're making more than you're operating, they shouldn't be able to touch anything. Well, I can vouch for the fact that I could, if I did it that way, what with buying all the computers and phones and stuff, I think we've spent more than we've spent close to what we made just on stuff. So let's see. Not all of Paul's subscribers need to be validated. I've been a subscriber to both their channels for some time and rarely comment. I just enjoy watching and listening. Hey, how you doing, Archie Bunker? Thanks for the live stream. Was going to get my fix old dog and the old YouTubers. Good night, good day, depending on where you are to all. Well, thanks for coming by, buddy. You prefer to have a side effect, so you know you are 95% where it was working. I had the side effects first shot, but not the second. That kind of makes sense. Any issues in your area being shaken down for protection money? No, not out here. The only side effects I got was a sore arm. That's what I'm hearing from the guys out here. All I got was a sore arm for 6 hours. There it is again. I had the 2 Moderna dreadful side effects. Ooh, it's recommended you take paracetamol after the vaccine. My arm felt like Tyson did 15 rounds on it. Whew. I watched a video where a short province girl said sorry for hurting baby May's feelings. She did, huh? I did not see that. I do not watch her. I had both Moderna shots. Only side effect was feeling a bit tired for a few hours after the shots. YouTube. is a USA-based company. When you download a video from anywhere in the world, it comes to USA. Why would I don't know. I think it's a bunch of hyperbole from a bunch of people trying to stir a pot, is what I think. But anyway. Let's see. May downloads a video. It comes from the USA, but her money is sent to the Philippines. That's why she pays taxes there. Yeah, it's probably true, Chuck. She's also registered. Like I'm registered in America, and she's registered out here on YouTube. So maybe that's got something to do with it. See, this thing just jumped. Okay, well, I think I missed some people. I'm sorry. I know exactly how May felt. I had 4 wisdom teeth pulled at the same time by a Navy dentist. Big mistake. I had 4 taken out too, man. Yeah. But she was just skipping after doing the cavities. She was a happy camper, man. They numbed her up good. Yeah, they were impacted. Yeah. It's nice that you take. Well, thank you for that, Mark. I think that's a more valuable gift than a trinket or a gadget or a gizmo. Your health is your wealth, right? And the migraines, I haven't heard very much about migraines lately. She had one a couple of weeks ago, but it only lasted a shorter period of time. And so hopefully, I think the teeth is, if not the problem, a part of the problem. That and stress. I know she gets stressed about things. So anyway. Kids that spend 2 hours, I'm going to end up missing comments as usual. I'm sorry. What happens is people ask me a question and I get off on a tangent and I just can't shut up. So it's my problem. So I'm going to try to go through these and just some people that have not been heard. Okay, there's Rob Finley. Let's see. Michael Newton is a new name. Good to see you, Paul, back in Vegas now. Travel has no problem. Still keeping up to date with your adventures. Hope to return to Negros in November. God bless you, Michael. One of these days, hopefully I'll see you in Vegas. Rocker Fred, vid about reclamation. Ty Fly. Charlie was an addict for a period in the 80s. I did not know that. Getting to 80s was pretty good. Mick and Keith have good genes. Yeah. Let's see. Scott Anderson. It's like how Obama and Trump created all these jobs is not true. The growth comes from age demographics, 10,000 retiring a day since January, 3.6 million jobs a year. Government has nothing to do with those jobs. There's James. I don't think we've heard from James. Hi, dog. Hi, James. Let's see. Do you have any stories selling a car to a famous person in Vegas? Not in Vegas. The most famous person I sold a car to was a guy named David Cavassier, and he was a news reporter. And he actually mentioned me on his news channel. He said he had a great experience, which was super sweet of him. The car was for his daughter. And but when I worked in the 80s in Santa Monica, a lot of stories. Holly Hunter, Goldie Hawn, Charles Bronson, Smokey Robinson invited me to go play golf with him. Some real assholes, some real nice people, depending upon the person. The guy that managed the Doors, of all things. The guitarist for Guns N' Roses, the blonde kid with the puffed up hair. before Guns N' Roses had signed a contract. He told me he was trying to buy a car. We couldn't get him financed because he didn't have a job because he was in a rock band, and he had $200,000 advance, and but didn't have access to the cash to buy a car. And I just asked him, "What's the name of your band?" He says, "Guns N' Roses." That was before they had an album out. And then it goes on and on. But a lot of old school, Joe Jackson, Michael Jackson's father. Who else did we deal with? I forgot more than I can remember that came in and I met and chatted with. Most were really, really very, very nice, to be honest with you. Holly Hunter, to this day, I don't like her. I should tell that story one day. I've forgotten more stories than I remember. All right, so I'm going to try to say hi to a few people that have not been on yet. So I apologize. We got 335 people watching right now, but I got a bugaboo because I've been on for 2 hours, and May's going to want to do something. So anyway, hello from Florida. Just keep your channel simple and real. Great job so far. Well, thank you, Rodney. Let's see. Barry Gordon, have you gotten any of those cute girls a boyfriend yet? A number of women that have been on the channel, my channel and Baby May, are in long distance relationships. But I don't think there's any that are like connected in person. But there's a number of women that have started, I don't know at what stage they're in, as far as long distance relationships. I do know one girl personally out here with her boyfriend, John. And that's going well. I had one guy get all pissed off at me because I re-interviewed the girl that he met off of May's channel, which was weird to me. Anyway, you have to surrender. Oh, here's a good question. Do you have to surrender? No. To get your Philippine? No. I thought that too. I thought I would have to give it up, but I didn't. Showed you how stupid I am. She seems nice in the movies. Are you talking about Holly Hunter? Maybe I just caught her on a bad day. They say Holly Hunter channels her anger into acting. This is before she was a big star. This is way before. But Super Dave Osborne, we kicked him off the lot. He was arguing over $50 or something. I didn't, but the managers. I was back in finance, so a lot of this stuff I just heard secondhand. But I'd see the people, and I worked for Ford Jeep, and the movie stars would all come in and buy Wranglers to go to the beach because they all had Bentleys and Rolls Royces and, of course, Mercedes, and they didn't want to take the nice car to the beach. And it was in vogue to own a Wrangler or a Cherokee and to do a lift kit on it, and they would spend stupid money. And then there was a guy that I never met, but had a foundation. If I had half a brain, I could pull this guy's name out. He had a foundation and spent $100,000 on 2 cars so that his 13 and 14-year-old kids could drive on the ranch. He had to have the pedals moved and all these modifications made. Can't remember his name. All right, so last one. Missed you earlier, Paulie, but I am always watching you from the Big Apple. Good vibes. Well, good vibes back to you. Good vibes back to everybody out there. You guys have an awesome day. Um, Remember, just try to be a little bit nicer today than you were yesterday. And always tell the truth. Okay? It works. All right, kids, be nice to one another. Later, Gators.